I expect it similar to the last couple of games. I expect them to play safe football. They're going to run the football, try to establish the run, not ask Cooper Rush to do too much heavy lifting. The Commanders are 28th in scoring defense, 28th in pass defense. All those first-round picks, Skip, remember they went to the playoffs, and Chase Young and Allen and Payne and Sweat, we was expecting those for all those first-round picks to just wreak havoc. It hasn't materialized since that late season playoff run a couple of years ago. They're not very good on the defensive side of the football, and so I expect Cooper Rush to, like I said, do what he's done the past couple of games. I'm not saying he's going to go. He could, but I think they're going to try to run the football. I think he throws somewhere between 200 and 250 yards, probably have a couple of touchdowns, and the Cowboys' defense is going to feast. The Commanders just gave up 9 sacks. 9! The Cowboys are the #1 sack team at sacking the quarterback in all of football. So if the Eagles got him 9 times, how many times do you think Micah and those guys could possibly get him? And what we see with Carson Wentz, the more times you hit him, the more often the ball comes out. He's never been strong hand where he gets sacked and could hold on to the ball. A lot of times he gets sacked and the ball is on the ground. And so I can see him fumbling. I can see them getting him 6 or 7 times. I can see him having 2 or 3 fumbles. And he's going to throw a pick. He's good for at least one of them. So, no, I think the Cowboys are going to win this game very comfortably.
Really?
Yes.
I remind you, once upon a time, day after day, Monday after Monday, you raved about walk it to him, right? Walk it to him. Wentz.
Yes.
And I just need to get you on the record. You're completely off that bandwagon. You can't come in Monday if they pull off a shocking upset and say, I told you so.
If they pull off an upset, I'll come in here I dressed in a full Cowboy uniform.
Really?
A full Cowboy uniform. What? Who you want me to wear? Dak, Zeke? What? Who? Cooper Rush?
Micah. 11 from heaven.
So Micah is your guy now. Not Cooper Rush, not Rodgers. Micah Parsons is Skip Bayless' favorite Cowboy all time.
Let me sum this up for you, Mr. Sharpe. My Dallas Cowboys are now all about rush. Pass rush and Cooper Rush. Am I right?
No.
Yes, I am.
No.
Back to what you just said in describing Cooper Rush. I think I heard you describe a game manager, basically, right?
Yes.
Because here's a quote from the Hall of Famer Shannon Sharpe. No heavy lifting will be required this Sunday of Cooper Rush, just the way it's not been required in the last, as you said, couple of games, even though he's played 3 for the Dallas Cowboys as a starter. One last year on Halloween at Minneapolis against the Minnesota Vikings. No heavy lifting, says Shannon Sharpe. Allow me to describe some serious heavy lifting. At Minnesota on Sunday night solo stage football, they are down with 55 seconds left in the game, and the game manager, says Shannon Sharpe, that is Cooper Rush, throws a 20-yard touchdown pass to a guy who's no longer there, Amari Cooper, that wins the game 20-16. That's what I call heavy clutch lifting. Then if we could go to his first start this year, shall we? It's against the team you got to see last night, the defending AFC champs, the team that nearly won last year's Super Bowl. They were down again with a minute to go. And the guy who cannot heavy lift did some serious heavy lifting. They weren't down.
The game was tied. Stop that.
Okay? They're in trouble against a team that is desperate to win, a team whose backup long snapper had cost them the Pittsburgh game because they missed an extra point to win it, and then they missed a literal chip shot field goal to win the game against Pittsburgh on opening day. They are seething. They are lusting after a first victory. We got to go win this one and get back on track. And Cooper Rush, who cannot heavy lift, completes 3 straight passes in the final minute of the game to set up a walk-off field goal. No heavy lifting, said Shannon Sharpe, but that's what he did. I'm not finished. Then we go to another huge stage game. It's Monday night solo stage football. It's choke city for any backup fraud of a quarterback, one who's about to turn into a pumpkin because he's nothing but a game manager. And all of a sudden, Saquon busts loose for 36 yards. Saquon is back. Guess who tweeted that? LeBron James, supposedly a Cowboy fan. He's a fraudulent Cowboy fan. He's two-faced. He's a backstabbing Cowboy fan. You can't trust him.
He likes Saquon.
Yeah,
he wants Saquon.
So all of a sudden, he's turncoating because he's front-running. He smelled blood. He smelled Cowboy blood because so did that whole stadium. That house is packed because the Giants are back, baby. It's red hot, big blue. Up in New Jersey, and here they go. We got this. It's 13-6 Giants. And all of a sudden, no heavy lifting. Cooper Rush says, no, I got this. And he pulls off back-to-back drives in which, in total, he completes 12 of 13 passes for 129 yards. This is into the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
129 yards. And in the second drive, he goes 89 yards with 4 big completions to CeeDee Lamb, including a 4th and 4 at the Giants' 41. That was simply for all the marbles. It was for the football game because if you miss it, you're probably going to lose the game. And he took it all the way home with a sweet fade throw that didn't have much air under it, a throw that you actually complimented because he threw it more on a line because he thought he had CeeDee in the corner, and CeeDee, one hand, left hand, snagged it. That's what I call serious heavy lifting to put them back ahead 20-13.
So, okay,
is that game managing?
Saquon Barkley, he made the score 13-6. Okay, Cooper Rush leads the drive. He makes it 13-13. When I say heavy lifting, now you do realize how many yards rushing did they have Sunday? 176, 174?
Monday, you mean?
Monday night? Yeah, okay. So now I'm saying when he does heavy lifting, he has to throw for 350. He has to score 30 points. He has to score 35 points. That's what I mean by heavy lifting.
At Minnesota, he threw for 325.
He got to 20 points. He got to 20. So somebody needs to put him in a situation where he has to get to 28, where he has to get to 31, where he has to get to 35. That's what I mean to be heavy lifting.
I've seen 3 starts with 3 straight finishes that required heavy clutch. I underline the word clutch. Clutch 20, lifting. Clutch lifting.
20. So let me ask you a question. If you score, so how far do you think you go? Do you think you can score? I mean, he scored 20, 20, and 23. That's what he scored. That's heavy lifting, huh?
Who won?
You guys won.
Yeah. Who pulled it out? Who pulled the game right out of the fire?
Game.
3 straight times he did it.
Manager.
1, you'd say, that's an aberration.
Game manager.
2, you'd say, it's a coincidence. 3, you'd say, that's a charm. That's legit. That's who he is.
If he worked at a fast food restaurant, he have a short sleeve shirt on. Yeah, he's a manager.
That's what
he's a manager. Yes, really? Yes, he's a manager. Short sleeve shirt on.
Well, at least he manages the whole restaurant.
Okay,
right? Yeah.
He's managing the offense.
Yeah, okay.
He's not doing no heavy lifting.
Okay, so once again, feet to fire, Mr. Sharpe.
Yes.
You caught passes from John Elway, whom I consider a top 5 all-time quarterback.
Okay.
Would you agree? You have to agree with that. You can't disagree with that,
That's my
right?
dog, yeah.
That's
I'm
your
riding
dog.
with him.
So you caught a whole, I don't know, you probably know the stat exactly, but you caught a whole bunch of passes from him. So you have a pretty great idea of what makes a great quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously, if you're suggesting that Cooper Rush is fraudulent, that he will be exposed, he will be found out.
Not against Washington.
Okay, but we're heading there because if he beats Washington, then Jerry Jones is going to have a big decision to make.
Yes.
We're going to hit this head on in just a few minutes here on the show because if they're coming out here to play Aaron Donald and company, which is the next week, right?
Yeah.
Big Fox game at 4:25 Eastern.
Yeah.
Are you going to throw Dak back into that fire? Or are you going to let the fire consume Cooper Rush and so you can say we got rid of Cooper Rush? He got
No, Jerry ain't trying to say he got rid of Cooper Rush. Jerry want Cooper Rush to keep playing.
All right. So the point is, I need you to tell me, because I'm not in the Hall of Fame, I need you to tell me what the fatal flaws are in Cooper Rush's game. What is wrong with him? Why will he get exposed? Why will he, as you said yesterday, sooner or later, you didn't use this terminology, I am, but that the Red Rocket, as I call him, is going to turn back or be turned back into a pumpkin. Maybe by Halloween, he'll be turned back into a pumpkin, right? Just like Cinderella, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the Red Rocket, normally Red Rocket, but
he'll fizzle and come back to earth with a little pop. right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what he is. I need fatal flaws. I need you to explain what is wrong with Cooper Rush. What do you detect right here, right now, will be exposed by this defensive coordinator of the Rams, that defensive coordinator of the Eagles, or down the line?
Well, I think the thing is, what you have to do is that you have to make him a participant and not a bystander. And so, in other words, you take that running game away and you say you're going to win this game based solely on Cooper Rush throwing the football.
Okay, so what's wrong with his ability to throw the football? I need you to explain give me a detail. He can't do what?
Well, he can do anything if you run the football because you're going to set up the play action. I just don't believe. I'm going by history. History tells us a guy that's been a career backup is not going to come and all of a sudden be the savior and win multiple Super. That's not what he is.
Remember, many career backups got a chance to be a starter first. See Steve Berline that I keep bringing up, that they went with the hot hand down the stretch in 1991. Jimmy and Jerry said, I know Troy's healthy, but Steve Berline's got the hot hand. Well, he'd been a starter before. And he'd failed in Oakland with they were the L.A. Raiders, actually, at that point. And so he comes to Dallas as a backup. Teddy Bridgewater, we saw last night, has tried, and I don't even know if he failed. He got hurt as a starter in Minnesota.
Well, he led him to the playoffs one year.
He did, I know, and he was pretty good. And he all but won that Blair Witch Project game, right?
It changed a lot of people's lives.
It did, okay? So, again, this career backup has been in this system for 6 years. He's 28 years of age, but he's never been allowed to try to start a football game until he was forced into the one at Minnesota last year. So he's gotten 3 opportunities, and I would say he's done pretty great at those 3 opportunities. He's seized the moment 3 straight times. So I just need you to explain to me, because I'm having a hard time seeing what's wrong with his game.
What's right with it?
Where's the fatal flaw?
What's right with it?
Okay, well, you tell me what's wrong with it. I ask you first.
The fact of the matter is, Skip, is that if he was what you said he was, somebody would have come and taken him off Dallas' roster.
I got it. What's wrong with him? Because he's never had an opportunity until right now.
I do not believe he can win long-term. I don't believe Jerry's giving all this spiel winning long-term. But just leave him in there.
Okay.
We'll find out.
Okay, I'm just asking, is he inaccurate? Do you see inconsistent accuracy? Do you see inconsistent accuracy?
If I'm running the football like they've been able to run it the past couple of games, the play action will open up because you're running the football with Zeke and Pollard.
The key stat here is
what's that?
Last year, my Dallas Cowboys managed to win one game, one game in which they didn't run for 100-plus yards. It was Cooper Rush at Vikings. They only had 78.
But you got no respect for Kirk Cousins. So now all of a sudden he beat Cousins, and now you're yelling about
it. But you got the same Kirk Cousins that you project into this year's NFC Championship game.
But you have no respect for him. So
it doesn't matter about me. It's you.
No, but you said Cooper Rush beat Minnesota, so it does.
I'm not in the Hall of Fame.
No.
My opinion is disqualified.
No. You told me that Cousins, he will let you down. Now you're talking about how great Cooper Rush looked beating a guy that you got no respect for to begin with.
What's wrong with his game? Where is he potentially? Will he unravel under fire?
Have we seen him under fire? Have we seen him go down by 2 touchdowns?
Well, we saw him under fire against Cincinnati, and then he was under fire at New York.
Let me ask you a question. In Cincinnati, when you say under fire, were they ever behind in that game?
No, but it was tied, and you're playing against the defending AFC champs on a big stage.
Think about this. The game is tied, but I got the ball.
Okay. Are you predicting that at some point he will just come apart under pressure?
I'm predicting that he's going to go back to the bench when Dak is healthy.
Do you think you can blitz him silly? Can you blitz him blind?
Yeah.
If you throw the kitchen sink and the bathroom sink and the outdoor plumbing sink.
I believe the Rams and the Eagles will be able to get to him without blitzing.
Okay. So, and will he unravel? Will he come apart?
He will lose.
Okay, but you're not telling me. You got to give me a fatal flaw, because when I don't like a quarterback like Kirk Cousins, it's because I don't trust his poise under fire.
I don't trust.
He will unravel. Kirk Cousins will throw it to the wrong team.
I don't trust Cooper Rush if he were to get down by 7 to 10 points, because I've never seen him come back from behind in a game in which he was down multiple scores. Okay. How about that? Everything has been. He's always been a situation. He's been down 1 score, but he got the ball. I need him down. See, it'd have been very interesting to see. When he tied this game up, the Giants go right back down the field and get another score and see if he can respond.
Has he front run to victory because the defense took the ball away 3 or 4 times? No,
but
he
the
has
defense
not.
has been outstanding.
It has. But I told you that going in.
Hold on, time out. If you don't mind me asking, how many points did the defense give up in Minnesota? 16.
Yeah.
How many did they give up against Cincinnati? 17. How many did they give up on Monday night? 13.
Well,
so
I predicted that before the season started. I told you that my defense is going to be top 5, and you laughed at me. You scoffed at me. You said there's no way this is a top 5 defense, and now you're using that as the argument against me.
So
I first guessed it.
Cooper Rush 3 starts. The defense is giving up 15 points. Dak says, I sure wish y'all would give up 15 points when I play.
Shannon Sharpe, you can't find a flaw in Cooper Rush's game. His arm is not great, but it's good enough. His accuracy is outstanding.
I want to see him from behind.
His poise under fire is outstanding.
I want to see him behind
Wink
multiple
Martindale
scores.
tried to light him up. There were free rushers all night long in his face, and he stood tall with fearless poise and delivered the football on time, accurately to the right open receiver. He just did it again and again and again.
What defensive player for the Giants you take and put on the Cowboys right now?
I don't know. I could probably find 2 or 3.
No, you won't. Leonard Williams was out. He's the best defensive player.
I'll take Thibodeau right now.
He out.
Huh? I mean, he played. He played
did he?
Monday night. He did. Yeah. I'll take him.
I'll take him when he gets better. Give me a couple of years. You didn't hear his name. Did they call his name?
Who?
Thibodeau.
No, but it was his first little action, right?
Oh, there are a lot of guys that their first action, you hear the name called.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Micah, when I first saw him, I said, yeah, but you told me 2 weeks ago, you said that Giants defense, I'm quoting you,
15.
It's much improved. That's what you told me, much improved.
Skip, if I don't have anything to eat and you give me rice and bread, that's not a gourmet meal, but it's better than what I had. They might be better than what they were.
But you weren't saying it was rice and bread. You were raving about it.
No, stop it, Skip.
You were raving.
So I made it seem like they were the 2000 Ravens, huh?
No, but you said they are legit.
No.
You said they were legit.
Yeah, they beat Baker. They beat Baker.
Barely.
They beat him.
With a 56-yard field goal.
They beat him, and he had the ball.
Field goal.
So I tell you what, you want Cooper Rush or Baker Mayfield?
I would take Cooper Rush right now. Got a hotter hand.
Whoa! The number 1 pick in the draft. You want an undrafted street free agent over the number 1 pick in the draft.
Yeah. Well, what has he showed you so far?
Oh, you hear that, Baker? You hear that, Baker? Hold up. Not the Baker Mayfield that won 11 games and that had the higher QBR. That won a game in Pittsburgh with a 91 QBR.
Daniel Jones or Cooper Rush? Who you got?
Huh?
Huh?
Man, one of those. Come on, Skip.
Who you want?
Why did I pick? Let me ask you a question. Why did I pick the Cowboys on Monday night?
Teddy Bridgewater or Cooper Rush? Who you got as your backup quarterback? Who you want? I think I'll take number 10. I just think I will. I could go on and on. I could go down all the backups. I could go through a bunch of starters, and you would Mariota or Cooper Rush right now. I'm taking Cooper Rush. I'm sorry. I've seen enough.
So in other words, if you put Cooper Rush in Atlanta, they're gonna have what's their record at the end of the year? Same as with Mariota. No.
Better.
No. He's not that, Skip. He's not. And you're going to find out. You're going to be sad.
Gentlemen,
Shannon,
we do need to extend a big congratulations to Cooper Rush and his family. His wife, Lauren, announced on Instagram earlier this week that they're expecting another baby.
Congrats.
So certainly a big month for the Rush family. Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.